Welcome to Mudrow Gum Frost. I know I've been away like for 2 weeks or maybe even more. I took a family vacation. I took my tax return money, which I should have used to pay my bills. You gotta take care of yourself in life. I mean, don't get crazy. Don't put yourself first before your obligations. But you gotta put yourself somewhere on the list of the things you have to take care of. And I needed a trip, and Honey Bunny, which is the wife. I had to go visit her family, and they live overseas. So recently, when I got my tax return, I dedicated it to that. Yeah, I know. I had been promising I'd use the tax return for the microphone, but I had a couple of very generous donors that helped out, and I was able to buy the microphone. And all I'm trying to say is, I am really a person who believes in being self-reliant and meeting your obligations. And sometimes what I do is I don't put myself and the needs of my family. I was going to say I don't put them on the list at all. I put them very low on the list. I start paying the creditors and people that I owe money to, and I put them first. And what you do when you do that, when you're too low on the list, or where you don't prioritize yourself anywhere, which I tend to do, is you drain yourself of your own energy, and you're not really helping yourself or your cause in the long run. So I took a trip, and I know a lot of y'all noticed I'd been away, and I'm back. I think on the locals channel, I might put some of the pictures and whatnot from the vacation. For those of you that want to see that, I am sorry. I also thought about all the news that has been happening. And there's no way. There's two ways to look at it. It's not that there's no way to catch up everything that I haven't been reporting, because I mainly report Ukraine, Russia, the international imperialism of the Western powers. That I don't know what the name to the whole subject is. And that news itself puts a damper on me, drains me, sucks the energy out of my life. Look at Bakhmut, for example. I've been reporting for weeks, maybe even months now. Bakhmut is about to fall. And it is falling. And the last that I read is that the Wagners now control, reportedly, 70% of Bakhmut. If you're pro-Russian, of course, I'm anti-war, and I think that's such a terrible thing. I need to say that for the YouTube. But if you're pro-Russian, yeah! If you're pro-Ukrainian, there is no magic bullet, silver bullet for the Ukrainians. There is no Western magic super weapon that's going to show up. There is no game changer. The war ended the day it started. Russia has proven, in my opinion, that it is a superpower. You hear often it's said that there's only one superpower in the world. There's only one nation that can fight two wars at the same time, one in Asia and one in Europe. Well, apparently that one nation doesn't exist. Apparently, from what I'm reading, the United States cannot fight two wars at the same time. The United States and its allies in NATO cannot fight a war in Europe and a war in Asia. As a matter of fact, the Western powers, NATO, aren't able to fight a war in Europe. They are so depleted in resources. Their economies are shaking. Their banking system is showing major signs of weaknesses. These sanctions seem to have backfired on the West, exposed military weaknesses. The war has shown that Russia isn't just near to the United States and a sub superpower. If the United States can still be called a superpower, then Russia is right there, toe to toe. Russia is also a superpower. That is the first thing I want to say today. That is something no one else is saying. But after looking at everything that's going on, if you want to call the United States a superpower, then you have no choice but to likewise call Russia a superpower from the way it has handled itself during this war. Now we're going to get to, before we get to the Ukraine stuff, I want to get to this thing about Donald Trump being arrested, because I think it's important. So let's move on with that. So I'm going to start with Laura Logan. She has a tweet here. Actually, she's commenting on another tweet. 100% correct. Trump haters and Trump lovers should both set aside their emotions and realize that there are gigantic, frightening things happening in this country that are much bigger than any one man, much bigger. I don't know if America's going to fall swiftly because these things can happen quickly, or I don't know if it's going to be a slow decay to the American demise. But the road we're taking now does not have a future. We are not, I've said this before, we are not a free country. We are not a democracy. That is all an illusion. That is what you're meant to believe and think. That is put there to put you in chains. That is the matrix. We in essence live in a matrix. We're plugged into a lie. We live this lie, and we think it's real. We think that steak is good, and we think that steak tastes good. But in truth, we are all just prisoners here of our own stupidity. Let's see what this poster says here. For the first time in American history, we have no president. I think for a long time, many of our presidents are just puppets to whoever is in charge, and we haven't had a president in years. I think Trump would be one of the only exceptions, and is one reason why there was such a concerted effort to eliminate him, to get rid of him, and to this day to put him in jail. So we're going to get to the Russian jet and the American drone. Before we get there, I want to talk to you about the Discord channel. I'm competing apparently against the Discord channel, the War Room. That is the Discord channel associated with Mudroad. I was away for the 2 weeks on the vacation, the trip, and just trying to de-stress and de-wind from life. I'm getting back into coffee for some reason. I'm just so drowsy lately, and a little bit of motivation. But the guys over on Discord are doing a great job of keeping everyone informed with footage and information. Daniel in particular puts a lot of stuff because he has his own channel also. You all need to check it out over on Rumble. And there is a lot of information that likewise some of the other fellows put up. And I encourage you guys to go join Discord to keep updated on the latest information. There are things that can be posted there that I cannot post on YouTube, and I am careful about posting over on Odyssey. Back to the jet and the drone story. But I want to talk about this story, and again, you've heard a lot of different things about it. I think, now whether the Russians shot it down or didn't shot it down, bullcrap. I do not think that the Russians physically touched the jet or the drone. I do believe that the Russians shot it down. In this image, what you can see is, I believe this was released by the United States, the Pentagon, is the jet made a couple of passes. In this pass, it came very close and it dumped fuel on the drone. Apparently, according to the U.S., it was a secondary pass where the jet came by, nicked the propeller, and took the drone down. I do believe the jet completely intended to take down the drone, to make it crash, to in essence shoot it down. But what is interesting is that I believe Russia sent a message to the U.S. Bump. You want to throw down. Basically, Russia was saying to America, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready to throw down. We just bumped your shoulder for the whole world to see, and we shot down your effing drone. And we're ready to throw down. So bring it. Big boy, big ass boy. That's what you wanted? It's not what the U.S. wanted. Russia just told the U.S., there's your green light. We're ready to throw down. We're ready to fight you. Think about it. It wasn't just trying to say, hey, nudge you. You know, you're gonna poke us, we're gonna poke you. Russia gave the U.S. a reason to crank up to war status. And the U.S. put its tail between its legs. Yeah, we're gonna get you. You took our drone down. Yeah, don't think you've seen the last of us. As the U.S. walked away. All this bull crap you're seeing in the news media, that's just the other bully. And yes, I'm calling Russia a bully also. That is just the other bully, afraid to fight, walking away, because he was given a message. He ain't the only superpower in town. So I saw this meme recently. Got any more drones for me, boy? Now, this is photoshopped. You're thinking, are you sure, Mud? Are you sure it's Photoshop? I had my doubts. I honestly had my doubts. I wasn't sure because we have all seen Vladimir Putin riding a bear, a big stallion. I saw one picture where he was riding that unidentified balloon, the Chinese balloon. And I know those images, I truly do not believe those images were photoshopped. So I know Vladimir Putin is quite capable of riding Biden. Yes? So I looked at this and I thought, no. I know why it's photoshopped. It is not photoshopped because Putin is riding Biden, because that's very possible. Putin is more than capable of putting a harness on Biden, slapping him with a saddle, and riding that bad boy. He's a bad boy, not that he's bad. The reason I know it's Photoshop is that there's no way Biden, with those weak-ass, skinny legs, could support the weight of a big muscular man like Putin on his back. So based on that, unless Biden was under his slacks, is wearing some kind of brace support, there's no way Biden could support the weight of Putin. Although it's quite possible, in my opinion, that Putin can easily ride that boy. Yeah, I laugh at my own jokes. I crack myself up. In order to limit my intake of the motivation, I got this little tiny cup. It's about the size of a shot. I've been, when I get to drinking, I drink too much. Problem I do is that I get a decent tight cup, some ice in it, and I just pour this in. So visually, it looks like I got a decent amount, but I overdo it. This is about all you really need. So I don't know if you can find something reasonable to put it next to. Let's get this bottle of water. There. So you get an idea how big this little cup is. Right? That's all you really need. Pour yourself about that much. Take a sip. Put it down. What I'm trying to say is I need to find a mature way to drink my whiskey. I overdrink it. I drink it to get buzz instead of drinking it to enjoy the flavor and the taste. I've seen these movies where these John Wayne or whoever, some ice in the glass and a little whiskey. The whiskey's only about that much at the bottom of the cup, and they sit there and sip it. Unfortunately, I've gone to a point where I'm like, I just chug along the whiskey, and of course that's not good for you. So I think this is the best way. Pour yourself a little cup, just a sip, and I got the vape thing. I lost the top, and it's whatever. Let me see. Is this still too? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta, back to how I started the video, those of you that are here at the beginning. Stop neglecting yourself. Don't overdo it. Don't dump all your budget into that one thing you really want. Don't overspend. Don't go crazy. Meet your obligations. But don't forget to take care of yourself. Do some of the things you enjoy. I haven't vaped in a while. The cost was getting too much, and I was vaping a little too much. But within moderation. A little vape, and stop drinking altogether, making me really grumpy. Just a little sip. Sit back, enjoy life. I guess that's the moral of the story. With the world falling apart all over the place. The world's falling apart, but it always manages to find a way to just keep rolling along. And the key is to be there as it rolls along. Try to survive this mess that's happening. And I can only advise you to be responsible, pay your debts, meet your obligations. But while doing that, don't forget to also treat yourself to the little things. And sometimes if you have to set aside your tax return to take a trip that you really need to take or you want to take, you gotta weigh it. And I had not taken a vacation since 2007. However many years that is, that's not quite. So, oh God, so 2027 would have been 20 years. It's a long time. I haven't taken a vacation in a long time. I mean, I've had to take time off at work, but I've had no money to go anywhere, so I just stay home for that time. So it was the first time in going on 20 years I've taken some time off. And I told myself it's time. It's time to do something for yourself. And again, that's why I was away for a few weeks. I'm still a little bit burned out. I need to get back into the groove. Work is better. It's making me a lot more happier, even wearing me out. Before I left for work, I was working 5 to 6 hours a day. Not good at all. That was just adding to my stress level. And after I got back from work, suddenly I'm working 10 to 12 hours a day, which the company probably doesn't like that, and eventually they'll clamp down. But I need that extra work, and it caught me by surprise, and it's a lot of work, and it's kind of wearing me out. But you gotta roll with it, guys. Life isn't easy for most of us, and you can't bitch and complain too much about it. Even though I do a lot of bitching and complaining. I'm not one of those people who I'm talking now. Those of you who want to go, y'all can go. I'm not one of those people that handles stress very well. I'll admit to you. I come across one way on the video, and I tell you, in real life, it gets to me sometimes. It gets to me really bad. But I know that the show, there are many reasons I started doing the show, and one of the reasons is I wanted to de-stress. I wanted to talk about things I want to talk about. I would see things online, and I wanted to comment about it. And then when I started doing the show and it began to grow, and I realized that there are a lot of people just like me who have the same ideas and who see the world the same way and who want to communicate and share and talk about it like you do in the comment sections and over on the Discord channel. Then it helped me feel a little bit better that I'm not alone out there in the world. There's a lot of us who see things the same way. So again, I'm rambling. Thank you for watching the show. Remember to subscribe, follow accordingly, whether it be on Odyssey or on YouTube, and to go over and join the Discord channel. I think that you guys are the best. I hope that you guys are patient. I can only hope. Patient and understanding. I'm not the traditional type of show or YouTube content provider. I have my own unique style and way. I would try to post as often as I can. I am going to have to try to lean more to a once a week broadcast or video cast. I'm working just way too much during the week, and even though I just came back from a trip, I am quite worn out. So thank you again. Y'all take care.